Silicon of the next generation will also be in Fragments.
All right, welcome to another installment of Fragments of SIlicon. I'm your host, Adam, and as always, our petty Daleks. Right, let us get to the weekly musings that we describe as the news. Petty, why don't you start us off this week?
Alrighty. Well, I had my follow-up with the surgeon on Monday. They're a little concerned that I'm still having some bleeding. They want me to come back next month, but if the bleeding stops, I can just cancel the appointment and everything's fine. So that's gonna be fun. Um, I'm still waiting to get my Switch 2 dock so we can hopefully start, using that for recordings. Last I heard it was in Chicago, so I don't know if it's just being hung up in customs or what's going on. But yeah, hopefully that shows up soon. I did order a new battery for my PS3 controller because the one that I got with my PS3 is not holding a charge, which go figure from a console from 2006. So I just need a chance to sit down and replace the battery, and it should be good to go for another 20 years, hopefully. Um, I wanted to do some Sonic Unleashed on Friday, but for some reason I just wasn't feeling very good. I just had a stomach ache real bad, so that's why that didn't happen. And then as far as like upcoming stuff, I'd like to see about going to play Digimon this weekend, but it really depends partly on weather because we're supposed to be having another thunderstorm rolling through. So, assuming weather is not a problem, then I like to see about go play some card games, and that's about it. Alex.
Well then, Daleks.
Nothing too much going on here. My sister decided to stay for a couple days again, so we've had the babies around, which has been nice. Other than that, not too much. I've been kind of tired today because I was having a hard time sleeping last night. I woke up, or I got up to go to the bathroom, and when I got back, it turns out I forgot to put my CPAP thing back on, so
Yeah, I've had that happen before.
I'll have to be careful about that in the future. Um, that's otherwise, I don't know. Nothing particularly interesting with the Pathfinder game.
Mm.
Um, we got eh, yeah, I guess not really a whole lot. Video game wise, I have been continuing to play uh, Super Robot Wars Y and Splatoon Raiders. I'm in the fairly deep into post game for Splatoon Raiders, and I'm gotten to the point where I'm definitely above my skill ceiling, or the hard parts are definitely I've reached my skill ceiling, so
Mm.
not surprising, but at least you can play with other people.
Mm.
So I need some help to progress further in that, probably, or more practice.
Or both.
Yeah. Honestly, there's only so much that practice can do for my difficulty with situational awareness of stuff that's not on screen and long-term planning. And yeah, Super Robot Wars, why I'm getting pretty close to the end. And I'm working on my next model kit, even though I still need to post the summary of the frith, so
Mm.
that's pretty much what I'm up to.
All right, then. So I guess it's my go.
Yep.
Well, as previously mentioned, the big thing that's going on this week is the installation of my new mini fridge, which went off without a hitch. I'm not sure why. It's arrived. It's plugged in. You have to fill it with beverages that I have recently purchased, but didn't have time to get to today.
Mm.
Like, it's been a surprisingly busy day. I'm like, um, let's see. Oh, right. The only issue is getting rid of the old fridge because the trash people are refusing to take it.
Mm.
Um, so so I've got to um find a place to dispose of it properly. Um,
I mean, there is always
doing
Facebook
that.
Marketplace. Put it up free and somebody will take it.
Um, well, it only at best half works, and now it's been sitting out sitting out in the elements for a few days.
I mean,
Like,
you'd be
plus,
surprised what people would take even just for the copper in it.
right, but nobody's taken it because it's heavy. Like, it's like it's not just a thing that you can pluck and put it in your car.
Mm.
No, um, because it's not just a small mini fridge. It's a 3.1 cubic inch mini fridge.
Mm.
So, like, you actually need to have like a truck to move it, which is
Ah,
why the trash people are refusing to take it. Too heavy. Like,
fair. Also, if they try and crush that thing,
so
it's gonna make very dangerous situation.
right. So once again, I'm just gonna have to wrangle some family and dispose of it, which is supposed to be happening tomorrow.
Mm.
Like, hopefully that's still in the cards. Um, mm, really, that's about it. Oh, right. Had to delay my doctor's appointment to next week because of some schedule conflicts. Like, like I really do need to see the doctor because it's like month 5 of my 3-month checkup. It's been a rough it's been a rough summer with a lot of family drama.
Well, and also
But
just like
that's at
trying to
least
get doctor's appointments in the
yeah,
summer just generally sucks because kids need their physicals done for school and whatnot.
right. But also, a whole bunch of watching the kids
Mm.
um, made availability limited. So um, now that that's done with, uh, it's going to be a lot easier to get things in alignment.
Mhm.
Um, but outside of that, in terms of gaming, still playing through Bayonetta, which I am enjoying more than I expected, but it's also a very exhausting game, like physically exhausting
Mhm.
because it is so very button mashy.
I think they
You
adjusted
know,
some of that for the Switch re-release because you're playing the
right? But
original
I don't.
PC version, aren't you?
I think the PC version came out after the Wii U version. Like the
Unless
PC
you're
version
playing
is
the
actually
10th
one of the
anniversary one, because there was a PC version that came out with the 360 version.
the one on Steam is a later version.
It might be the 10th anniversary release then.
Yeah. My point, my point is, it's a good game. It's just my hands get tired after playing it for a while.
Right.
I think everyone agrees that the second one is more refined in some ways.
Yeah, but the second one it never left the orbit of Nintendo.
Yeah, because to be fair,
so
Nintendo did also pay for a good amount of it, so
I'm aware of
it's
the
not
reasons
leaving
why.
Nintendo.
Yeah, but my point is, I have other games going, just to take a break from that. I played a fair bit of The Binding of Isaac, Repentance.
I haven't kept track of them at this point.
I don't know what the newest version is.
Yeah. But I stopped because, apparently this is in beta, and I'm like, it lost the fact that I unlocked 2 characters. Like, I unlocked them, I had to go do something, and when I came back, I can reopen the game. It's like, no, they're locked again. It was
Okay,
done
looks like
right then and
Repentance
there.
is DLC for Rebirth. Rebirth is
I'm
like the PC re-release, I think. The updated PC re-release.
The point is, the version I was playing is in such a sorry state that, it lost data. It lost data that should have been saved to the cloud. Like, I don't know how it lost the fact that I unlocked 2 characters, but it did, and it's done.
Yeah, Rebirth, Afterbirth Plus, and Repentance.
Anyway, so now I've switched over to what was it? Snow Brothers Wonderland. Don't really have time to talk about Snow Brothers right now, but more on that potentially in the future. In case we can't think of anything for next week.
Right.
So with that in mind, merrily we shall roll along to the interview portion of the broadcast. And joining us this week is Carlo Perconti. Am I pronouncing that right?
Yes, it's right. The session is right.
Of HyperDevBox.
Yeah. Nice. Thank you very much for having me today. So
thank you very much for appearing.
Yeah. So yes, I'm. Maybe you can notice from my accent, I'm a French citizen. I'm living in Japan, and I'm running a small solo dev studio called HyperDevBox Japan. So
Right. So how we like to get into things, we like to get to know the person behind the games, behind the studio, behind all of that. And we begin this journey by asking this particular question. What got you interested in video games, both on a personal and a professional level?
Well, I am quite a old person actually. So I'm 60 years old. I got 60 years old on the last March this year. So what brings me to a video game? It was a Sinclair ZX81 computer that I got in 1981. At that moment, I was 15 years old. It was my first experience as buying and having a something computer in my home, of course. And it was a black and white computer, so there's no color. But from the moment I plugged this little device, really it was very, very small. I got addicted. I got hooked to it. I could not stop it. So I started to go to buy some tape because game was on tape at that time. And then I was playing, and I thought, oh, I really want to be able to move something also myself on the screen. And that was really my first experience with gaming on something computer. And then from that, I started to develop my own games. Not on the ZX81, but 2 years later, I think it was in 1983, I received my first Auric One computer, because in France it was a computer that was very, very, very popular. And then I started to program with this computer using the basic language, because BASIC was available at that time on this computer. And the importer of this small computer was actually looking for people who could develop games. They were searching and say, if you have, I saw some advertisement. If you have some games, please contact us, and then we were going to publish them. And so this is what I did. So I was starting to make in my home some small games, like something that I was seeing also in the arcade, and I wanted to reproduce. I wanted to improve, like a Galaxian game, or I did not Pac-Man, but some kind of game. And then I was bringing this game to those shops, and they were basically giving me some money. It was my first, my first, I mean, paid work as making games. But just one thing. At the beginning, I didn't have any color monitor. I was just having a black and white TV. And so, and when I brought one of the game to a shop, I remember the owner said, if you want, you can pick up something. You give me the game, and you can pick up something. And the first thing I selected, I said, okay, I want this monitor color. Because of course I wanted to be able to see the color of my Auric One computer on the screen. So it was like a changing hardware against a game. And that's it. So after that, I was employed. I don't know if you know this French company name, but there was a company which was very popular in France called Logiciel. And then I was one of the first employee full-time working on this company, making games as a job. And so when I was working there, I developed some platform games on some special computers that maybe was not selling in the world, just like made by Thomson in EU, in Europe. So I developed a game, Stanley, Gastronom. I make also games on the Amstrad computer, Rally 2, Buggy Racer. And then later on, I quit this Logiciel company. Maybe I think it was in around 1985. And I started my own little development studio in France called Cheap Software. And at Cheap Software, I had the chance to hire very young talents who would go later on to get some, they will become some legendary status in the industry, like Eric Chahi, who after will be the future creator of Another World. I don't know if you know this game. So
I know it.
Yeah, okay. So
I don't like it, but I know it.
Okay. So I was hiring him as a graphic designer for the studio, and then at Cheap Software, I tried to develop the first multi-platform engine. At that time, platforms who were popular was Commodore Amiga, and then Atari ST, and of course PC, but PC MS-DOS, not PC Windows. Windows was not available yet at that moment. So I developed an engine that could be ported on those three platforms. And with the help of Eric Chahi and some also other person in the studio, but we released in 1988 a game called A Journey in the Center of the Earth. And then in 1999, a game called Joan of Arc. It's like based on the French history, Jeanne d'Arc. And then in 1989, Day of the Pharaoh. So that's the 3 games, plus a few small games, of course, that we developed for the Amstrad. But those 3 are the main. That's the game I was working on the multi-platform. So now we have
And
19.
I suppose,
Sorry.
how well did a multi-platform engine work out in those days?
But actually, it was, as we say, multi-platform means that we developed the same libraries on the 3 platforms. So basically, everything was developed in C and assembler. Yeah, we're still using assembler, and then C and it was not even C++ yet. I think it was just in C. So I developed all the sprite 2D libraries or sound or music and everything on the 3 platform. And so like that, we could develop the game on only one platform. Let's say maybe the most convenient was the PC at that moment. And then after we just copy the source code of the game on the platform and recompile using the same libraries. So the data was converted, of course, automatically, and then using the similar libraries, we could play the game. Let's say maybe in one day we could port the game from one machine to the Commodore Amiga and the Atari ST. I'm not sure if I explained it well.
And what I suppose it's worth asking, what platform did you prefer, the Amiga or the Atari ST?
Personally, for me, it was the Commodore Amiga. I was a Commodore Amiga guy. Atari ST, yes, I could have enjoyed it, but my preference was for the Commodore Amiga because we could do so many cool things, so many different graphic mode and so many ways to use the blitter, also or the copper to making some copper lists. I was really into making something in assembler at that moment, even on the Commodore Amiga. So for me, it was very fun to play the Commodore Amiga. So yes, I can say first it was Commodore Amiga, and second it was Atari ST, et puis actually third PC. PC for me it was not so exciting at that moment. Maybe because of MS-DOS. Just come online. Everything was come online. Et puis,
Yeah, PC didn't really start to get usable for gaming until DirectX in Windows 95.
yes, et puis,
Maybe a bit beforehand. Like it's a bit of a complicated story, but yeah, building for DOS and gaming was
with a TGA
just something that
graphic, yes, VGA,
yeah.
EGA,
Not
VGA
just
graphic.
VGA, but making sure the IRQs were set right for sound devices.
Yes, I remember. Yes, we use
John,
MIDI sometimes. Yes, also.
John Carmack unlocking the secrets to smooth scrolling on the platform. For that, DOS gaming was much more like Specky gaming or MSX, where you didn't have very smooth scrolling.
Right.
Yes, right. Yes, so. But as making game, so we had also to provide the different type of graphic, like I was saying. So because it has different graphic mode on the PC MS-DOS. And yes, for the sound, mostly it has no sound. But we had to. It could some buzzer.
It had sound. It had that infernal PC internal speaker.
Yeah. Like a buzzer mostly. And then, but I remember also we were providing some way to drive some MIDI device it was popular at that time also to have a MIDI a Roland something.
The Roland,
That,
yeah.
Oh, the
yeah,
Roland is if you had money, like
Yeah.
if you
you
have
were
money.
usually rocking Sound Blast or AdLib.
Yeah. So yes, some sound card also. Yes, we could put inside. Oh, it was fun because of course, but a little bit complicated, yes, and also with a different type of 286 and after the 386 and so on. So, okay.
Hmm.
Okay, so but after that, so we could develop those 3 games because also I was having a big distributor in Germany who was also one of the main investors in the 3 project. But unfortunately, he stopped his business. And so basically, after I had to, also, I could not continue to develop within this company, so I have to shut down the company. So for a while, after that, I was working. I'm sorry, maybe it's going to take a little bit of time, but I will try to skip a little bit, okay? So as well, I work as a freelance developer for a couple of years. And then later, I co-founded a company called Arcade Zone in the UK. It was a collaboration with me and 2 ex Titus company employees. I don't know if people knows about this company also in France. One of the guy name was Gabriel Gary, and he was the man with all the great connection with Nintendo. He knew everything, and he knew the name, he knew the guy, and then so it was very important that he was in this new company. And another person was Lies Beladouni, who will become my graphic artist and still actually now during all those years. The team of 3. Sorry, you want to ask something? No. So the team of 3, we were having we spread the work. So my job was, of course, to program games. So I will be the programmer. Lies Belladoni was responsible for everything about the graphic art, and Gabriel, he was responsible to get us the so difficult things to get was the Nintendo license for the cartridge. Because it was so expensive, and we are a small studio also. So his job was so we could get the Nintendo license for the game that we were working on. And then we start. The first game we made was a beat 'em up game on the Super Nintendo, Legend. And yes, Legend on the Super Nintendo, SNES. And then to be able to make the deal, it was necessary to have a distributor. And guess who was the Nintendo distributor for EU? Do you know? At that time, very big
Mattel?
company.
No, that was a bit before. Sony.
Yes,
That's not.
Sony. Yes,
Yeah.
Sony was
Yes.
before.
Yeah,
Sorry.
because I actually know where this story is going.
Okay. So
No,
so Sony.
this goes into the development of Iron Commando.
Yes,
Doesn't it?
exactly. So that was after, okay. But before Sony was the main, maybe exclusive distributor of the Nintendo games in all Europe. So this is why we decided also to make this company in UK, because we wanted to be close to the Sony company. And Gabriel Gary did a fantastic job because we developed the game. I developed the game with Lies, and then he introduced the game to Sony and to Nintendo. And then yes, we could sign the deal, and we got our first game licensed by Nintendo, the cartridge. So we were creating and publishing the game in in UK with the distribution from Sony. Yes.
Yeah.
Then the second game after that, we say, okay, let's make. I wanted to make a second Bizarre game, a little bit more with a little bit more features in the game, so more weapons and two different characters this time, and so we were working on Iron Commando, yes, and we finished the game maybe 1 year after, and then unfortunately, when the game was finished, it was exactly the same timing when Sony decided to stop to distribute the Nintendo game because they were introducing the PlayStation 1.
Mhm.
And so we could not get a distributor at that moment. So without a distributor, we could not get the game license from Nintendo. So the game was not released in EU, was not released also in the US. But we could find a publisher, an official Nintendo publisher in Japan, Oppo.
Yeah. The interesting thing is both games are on Steam now.
Yes, they are on Steam. Yes, it's running on the emulator, I suppose. Actually, yes.
Yeah. They come from Pico Interactive now.
Yes. They acquired the right. I don't know, 5 years ago. They said, "Yeah, we want to. Can we get the right for this game?" So I said, "Okay." Yes, I also said, "Okay," and then so we sold the right, yes, to this company. So yes, so there is a way to play this game even right now, even if you don't have a Super Nintendo.
Anyone?
After you're finished.
Right. So, what was after Arcade Zone?
But after Arcade Zone, so I wanted to say also that we at Arcade Zone we also Kickstarter. We were the producer also of a game. Maybe you know this game also. It was the name is Nightmare Buster. It's a game was developed by Christophe Guéraud at that moment, and then really we wanted to publish this game, but because of the same situation with Sony, it was not possible. And I read like a few years ago that it could the game finally got released. I think it was in 2013 or something like this. So it took maybe 17 years, but they could succeed to release the game on the cartridge for Super Nintendo. So that's I was very happy for them. So anyway, so after around, so maybe at that moment it was 1996 or 1997. I reunite again with Lies Beladouni, and we set up a new studio in France at that time, at that moment, in Paris, called Toka. And then in that new studio, my job was to develop a new 3D engine, so moving from 2D on the Super Nintendo to 3D for developing game on the Sony PlayStation 1. And the first game that we released was a racing game called Burning Road. It was a 3D racing game, arcade, inspired by famous Daytona USA from Sega. We were playing a lot of this game on the arcade, Elias and I. And then we were so much inspired. I said, we should be able to make such a game also. We should make something fun like this. And then, but we've also our own twist of different type of cars. And then it was not something about Daytona at all. But we designed our first racing game on the Sony PlayStation 1. Yes, that's it. And also, I said, let's port also if we can. Can we make a 3D version of Legend, the Super Nintendo game? Can we make a 3D version on the PlayStation 1? And so we started to work, and we make this game that we call Legend 3D, which it's become a 3D version of our Legend game on the PlayStation 1. And that this PlayStation 1 version is actually a link between the Super Nintendo, the PlayStation 1, and after, later on, we will make also a game on Dreamcast called Soul Fighter. And I was using a lot of the engine and tools I developed for the PlayStation 1 to make later on this game Soul Fighter on the Dreamcast. So yes, so the next game in 1999, yes, was Soul Fighter. It's the game that we had. It was made to be launched, to be sold at the lunchtime of the Dreamcast, and so we didn't have so much time to work on it, but still we succeed to finish the game on time, and it was not so bad. It was it was a beat 'em up again, but this time we were not. It was not a side scrolling. It was more like a third person view type of game. We were controlling the character and then fighting and go through different levels and fighting bosses. And so that's it. Then after that, at Toka, during the development of those games, we were having developing some business connection, business relationship with American companies and Japanese company also. And then when Sony introduced the PlayStation 2, we were asked to develop if we could develop some game on the Sony PlayStation 2. The problem for us, because we were a French company, is that we could not get an access to the SDK. Before the release of the PlayStation 2, only Japanese company, mostly, or maybe big American studio, could get an access to the SDK. And Sony didn't want also any Japanese company to export the SDK to EU at that moment. So we had no other chance. If the SDK cannot come to us, then we have to go to the SDK. So it was maybe crazy, but it was decided to send a small team, including me, of course, to Japan. And so first we developed the game on probably on PC or a platform that, and then it was decided to complete the 3D engine and the sound engine on the PlayStation 2 at the last moment. And so when the last moment came, so we flew a small team from Paris to Tokyo. And then we were working in collaboration with ID Factory, who is going to be the publisher of this game in Japan. And then they allow us to have an access to the SDK, and then we could finish the development and basically get the game approved as being in Japan. So we flew a lot back and forth between Paris and Tokyo. But we could finish the task, and it was also for me my first experience in Japan, and so I got like, how can we say, a culture shock maybe, and then so after that, basically I started to realize that maybe Japan is a country where I wanted to be, where I wanted to live, and I wanted to maybe have a family, and also develop more skill and develop new games also here. So after I made sure that all the games at the Toka were completed, including also Flintstone Viva Las Vegas, which was a racing game based on the license, Flintstone license. And another one was Hidden Invasion game. After I made sure that those games were finished, I decided to leave the company and to install myself here in Japan.
So when was that?
I will say it was maybe early 2000. Yes, early. I will say early 2000. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And I suppose to further that, at what point does HyperDevBox enter the picture?
So HyperDevBox, it's a company that I built in Japan in 2005. I remember well, yes. And it was basically I wanted to get in the business of the arcade, amusement, because it was very popular at that moment in Japan. I always wanted to have one of my games ported to arcade. So I was thinking, okay, I'm in Japan. It's the country of the amusement. There is Sega, there is Capcom, there is all those companies. So I say, okay, I will try to see if I can develop something and have one of my game being sold in the arcade. And so this is why. This is why no. This is sorry, I mean yes. This is why I had to make a company if I wanted to succeed like this. So I made this small company called HyperDevBox Japan at that moment, and I was working on my own with my own fund on a game called Exus, which I call Exus Arcade. And I tried to. It was funny now when I think about it. And I tried to develop an arcade machine using based on the PC hardware. So PC hardware with JAMA controller and JAMA connector, so we can connect to a JAMA cabinet. And then I was basically trying to introduce this machine with my game on it to many Japanese companies. Of course, they did not really find this PC machine to be attractive for them. So they were not really. But one of company, Taito, said, okay, if you can make a Naomi version, which is based on the Dreamcast hardware, if you can make a Naomi version, yeah, maybe we can consider, we can eventually see if it can work on the arcade. So they give me arcade Naomi machine and SDK. And for me, it was not so much difficult because I was already working on the Dreamcast before on Soul Fighter, so I knew everything about the machine. And I ported the game. I ported my Exodus game, which was running on PC then before. I ported the game on the Naomi arcade system. We made one cartridge. It was supposed to be in GD-ROM after if they accepted the game, but during the development it was a cartridge. And the game was introduced by Taito on the JAMA show, so I was very happy. And he entered what they call test phase. So basically, they put the game somewhere in some amusement game center that nobody knows. It's secret. And then they are looking maybe for 1 or 2 weeks or 3 weeks and see the incomes. the income, and based on the income, they can decide if they want to move forward on the deal or not. But for some reason, I guess something political, one of the person who was in charge of this project in Taito changed. And then we lost. I was working with a Japanese agent also who can help me to deal with the Japanese company. And something happened between them. And then basically they decided to cancel the game. So the game was never. The game could be seen on some of the arcade game center, but it was not distributed officially by Taito, unfortunately. But it was a very very interesting experience anyway.
Do you
Because
still
after
have
that,
the arcade cartridge, or is that
I know,
owned by now?
no. Unfortunately, I don't have it because, of course, when they decided to cancel, they say, okay, we need to get back the SDK, and the
Mhm.
cartridge was actually one of the part of the SDK. It was on the machine,
Ah.
so we lost. There was, and they never gave us also. I mean, the one of the I don't know if it was in GDRAM maybe. They never gave us this because, of course, it was secret because they don't want you to cheat the game.
Oh
Means
yeah, they don't
if
want you to
we
become your own distributor.
yes, because if we knew where the machine, maybe some people will invest and play the game, so they can increase the. So it's very secret. It's very Japanese. It's very well done. But yes, as losing the SDK when we lost the SDK, then yes, we lost the game basically. So yeah, I still have on one of my computer maybe somewhere the source code. I can maybe make a build, but will it run? I don't know. But yes,
I'm
no.
sure there are some people who make like basically Naomi homebrew for like the emulators and stuff like that. You could
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
get in touch with some of those groups and they could probably help you get it to work on even just emulated hardware. Probably not on
yes,
real hardware, but definitely like on an emulator.
yeah, maybe, I don't know. I'm worrying just about the libraries because maybe it was a couple of maybe more than 10 years ago. So I'm not sure if the library got involved. If we need to, but yeah, maybe it's possible. So I have to search, but I'm pretty sure somewhere on one of my hard disk, if it didn't break, because hard disk, yeah, I have a lot of problem with the hard disk during the course of
Indeed.
my career. And then yeah, so maybe why not? But the good point is that because I was introduced even temporarily on the JAMA show, then I got contacted by a US, an American agent, a guy who was working or connected with a company called Tsunami in America, and they were making an arcade machine. And one of the machine was a big, they call it, I think, a Sumo, if I recall well. It was a big machine when you sit down and the seat is moving. It has maybe some, I don't know, way to be. It was controlled by the game actually. And so they asked me, okay, we saw this game on the JAMA show, and then we were interested if you could port this game to our Sumo machine. And I say, okay, yeah, why not? And then it's me flying now back to, flying to San Francisco, I think. No, San Francisco, no, I forgot. It was in California anyway. And then I was working there, so maybe for 2 or 3 weeks, porting the game to the Sumo machine. So they wanted that the game could control, yes, the seat, and then they want, of course, the special coin operation, so to detect the coin and then continue game and all that stuff. So I did adapt the game for their machine, and I think maybe it was released. I was not really following so much, but I think the game was released by Tsunami. I'm not. I think the company maybe not a stop, but at that moment. So basically, I could succeed my goal that to be able to be play on the arcade. On this, it was not in Japan. Well, Japan maybe just a few weeks, but it was then in America.
Okay.
Voilà. Then, then I HyperDevBox Japan. Okay, so then suddenly a company called Apple is making a new phone called iPhone, and I thought, wow, this is so great. It's going to open a new market. I was a big believer on the mobile phone. And then I said to myself, oh, I should try to put my game on the iPhone, Exodus Arcade. And then maybe it took me 3 or 4 months, I don't know. And then I ported the game and I released on the Apple Store. And it was quite a good success. And then my company become to be working almost. No, I forgot. Before that, I was also working. HyperDevBox Japan was also working with a different Japanese company to port some games that they had on the PlayStation 2 on the PSP, on the Sony PSP. I was also porting. So I was familiar with a small screen, and then I had to play game like on a portable device. Yes. And so, using this experience, yes, I ported my Exodus Arcade, my original game Exodus Arcade, on the iOS, and then I released it on the Apple App Store. And from that moment, my company became oriented on the mobile development. Because later on, it came Android, and then on Android. Actually, HyperDevBox became one of the top developers on Android at that time because we ported a very big RPG game made by ID Factory named called Spectral Souls, 1 gigabyte game, and I succeeded to port it on the Android. It was the first, maybe one of the first big game on the Android. So thanks to yeah, I guess I don't think there were each gigabyte, 1 gigabyte game at that moment on Android. I'm talking kind of early moment of the Android. So this was maybe between 2011 and 2015 that my company was focused on the mobile game. After that, I'm sorry, I hope I'm not too long. Now, 2017. I thought, okay, I wanted to develop my own original tactical RPG game based on the French Revolution called Thermidor. So I developed a playable demo. I developed also an Android playable demo, a PC version demo, an Android demo, and we went to Kickstarter. We tried to raise the fund, but unfortunately, I didn't get so much traction. I don't know why, but I could not succeed to get the funding because it was all or nothing. Mm-hmm. So basically, and to develop a RPG, a tactical RPG game, you need a lot of fund because it's basically huge. It has a lot of graphic, a lot of animation, a lot of background. So I don't know how much we were asking. Maybe at that moment, 240K, maybe, I don't know, something like this. But so the campaign fell short. And then I had to cancel also this project. Okay. I guess we can play the demo of the first level on the Google Play somewhere. I don't know how long. I don't know how long is gonna be available because you know Google Play always say, okay, we're going to update this library, this library. If you don't update this demo, then this going we have to remove. So probably this year, maybe 2026 is maybe the last year when the demo will be still be available. Or if someone is interested, you can play the first level of not the first level, the first battle of the game. I think, well, I mean, I was proud of the project, but unfortunately, maybe we were the only one. I don't know. We were proud of the project, but so. And then after that, I always had a look, but I was interested about crypto. So from 2018 and 2019, I tried to develop in Japan, with HyperDevBox Japan, blockchain game using crypto. So I developed my own token, my own smart contract on the ETH blockchain and Tron blockchain. And I could make 3 games. I developed 3 games. First game was Eternite. Second of a racing game, but not with cars, but with runners. Okay, you have to give them some power up or put some traps on the other competitors so they fall down. So you can eventually, after 24 hours or 2 days, the winner of the race can get the prize from the blockchain. And then I did also a game called Torpedo Launch. It's a submarine shooting, a skill-based submarine shooter. Yes, because it was very important. The game has to be skill-based, because if it's something luck, it's illegal in Japan to have something based on luck. So for me, it was okay because I always make a skill-based game because basically we're playing games, you need some skill. But so I developed this game, Torpedo Launch, and then I developed also a physics-based games called Stack Them All. Not a beat them all, but Stack Them All. It's a physics-based puzzle game. It was also running on, so it was running on web browser. Using the token my currency. I developed a special currency I've never seen before. I'm not sure if someone made something similar or not, but it's a currency where every time there is a transaction, the price of the currency is going up. It can never go down. Even if everybody sell, if there is a panic sell, the price go up. And so nobody got trouble. If there is so basically, I wanted to use this currency to fuel more games. Unfortunately, when I started this, it was very gray zone. There is no regulation in Japan at all. And then the regulation came in Japan, and basically it became clear that a small company like mine, using crypto and using token, we will not be able to get the license, the regulation license necessary to run something based on the crypto token. So these things also I had to cancel. So I'm always early adopters, but sometimes it's working, but sometimes it's not working. And then now, finally, we are reaching now, and I'm 60 years old. I'm about to retire, actually. And then I thought, okay, when I developed Legend, we developed with Lies Belladoni and Gabriel Gary also Iron Commando. And I always wanted to have this game that is just after, which is in the heroic fantasy, so more like king, goblin, orc, and so on, like a Legend, but with some gameplay mechanic and weapons from Iron Commando. But somehow didn't have a chance or didn't have the time, or I don't know, to make it. So I thought, okay, And I have sometimes a little bit in front of me. It took me 3 years to develop the game. And then finally, I finished last March, I think, almost for my birthday. March or April. I finished Kings Do Not Fall, which is for me the youngest brother of the two previous game. That's exactly how I developed this game. Exactly the same way I made the other two games. So very simple, and the gameplay is not too much complicated. I wanted to be back to my roots, and that's make a game. This is why I make this game. Kings Do Not Fall. But you play the king, and then you become alone because let's say the bad guys already destroy all your army. And then, if your kingdom must fall, then let the last to stand be king. So that's the beginning of the game. So you are the king, and you are fighting back and try to restore the unity or the peace in the kingdom. Voila, that's it. I think we came. I'm sorry, but I tried to condense it as much as I could. Maybe something like 40 years of working as making games.
No, we understand that these kind of careers can take a bit of time. Thankfully, we had the space this week.
Right.
Okay, I'm glad. I hope nobody falls asleep as I was talking.
Not as far as I know.
I'm still
That's
here.
great. Okay, great.
Yeah,
Thank you very
Galax,
much.
you with us?
No, maybe we'll have someone.
I am. I was muted.
Okay.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah, it was just listening. But yeah, like your story kind of emphasizes why we take this journey in the first place, because you've provided us with the context of which Kings Do Not Fall exists.
Yeah.
It's a full circle moment, I think they call it.
Yeah. Maybe I don't want to say it's going to be my last beat 'em up game, but it could really be my last beat 'em up game. And I wanted, yes, to close the loop, close the ring, and then having this game, which, but this is the game. It should have been released maybe, of course, 30 years ago. But I thought, okay, if we like retro gaming, if we like to play those old games on the emulator, maybe sometimes we got bored because I always play the old same game. So I wanted to give a potential audience. I don't know. I know it's a niche, probably, but I wanted to give a potential audience a ability to play like old game, but it's all new game. It's something made now, but for people who likes to play the game the way we were playing before. So I'm not sure if I succeed or not, but at least I could finish the game, and it's available now on Steam, and also on Google Play, and on also Epic Game Store. And eventually, maybe I want to put this game also on if I can on some Nintendo machine, portable machine. I think the game probably will be cool playing also on a portable machine. So
I could see it.
yes,
Right.
I hope. Yeah, so maybe I will do that also after. But first I have to do things.
It is an interesting title in this genre because retro styled brawlers are definitely a thing these days, but we don't get one that looks like this.
Yeah.
Not just in terms of medieval fantasy, but a lot of new age retro brawlers. They go back to like the 16-bit era. They look like
Yes.
Super Nintendo games.
Yes, 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 like 2D graphics, and then they just no, it's a lot of work actually to make 2D graphic. But this is exactly yes. I think my game, my Kings Do Not Fall, is maybe more close to a Dreamcast title, I would say,
Yeah,
uh,
I can see
than Super
maybe a
Nintendo.
place, maybe a lower budget PlayStation 2 game, something in that area.
Yes, 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 yes. For me, Dreamcast. Definitely, when I was making the game, I was thinking Dreamcast. However, I wanted the look of the game to be a little bit sprite-like, so I developed my own shader. So the 3D graphic does not look too much 3D, but a little bit more like sprites. Of course, they are 3D; they are not sprites. But that
Right.
was also my intent a little bit. I wanted to keep the game. If we take a screenshot, we could imagine the game is not 3D, it's just 2D. But of course, it's 3D.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a parallax, of course, and then when it's typical side-scrolling game. But oh yes, I was between that. I was between the Super Nintendo style because I wanted to have pick up the weapon and we use the weapon and we throw the weapon like in Arena Commando. But I wanted to be in the genre like more like a legend. I didn't want to be a knight because it was already the knight. I was thinking, okay, what about if it's after legend, and then all the knights got dead or got killed by the bad guys, and then we are the king, and then basically we have to take over. We have to fight. Oh yes, yes, you're right. Yes,
Mm.
there is not so many titles exactly like this. It's a little bit of special things, I think. For the
Yeah.
good or the
And
bad, I don't know, but it is.
I mean, kind of reminds me of. Do you remember Fighting Force on the PlayStation?
Yeah, yes, fighting force. Yes, 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 yes. Ah, mm. I'm looking now
Like,
just to see. But it was more. I always say fighting force. Maybe the way the camera was, it was a little bit more like Legend 3D or more like Soul Fighter. Really, really
right.
in this game, I'm just a side scrolling. The camera actually is acting. Oh, we have a little bit of depth. Sometimes we can get on the back on the landscape or I don't know, on the ground, on the background, a little bit inside and outside. But always it's stay how can I say perpendicular to the action. So really the camera is more like a 2D games. Yes, yes. So it's a kind of hybrid game. People who
And
use,
I suppose it's worth asking, what's going on in this game? I.e., who is the king that does not fall, and so on and so forth? Like,
yes. So the
who
story,
are you?
yes.
What are you
So
doing, and all that?
yes. So the story is that the world is divided into two parts. There is the human part, and there is this I will say monsters or they are not evil, okay? Actually, by all means, but it's like an agreement that there is this part and this part of the world are living together, let's say in harmony at the beginning, before the game. Then at some point, the bad guy from the monster side decided to invade the human kingdom, the human realm, to basically expand and to take over. Before the game, okay, this is in the introduction. Uh, so um, so th- so they start the battle and they succeed. They succeed to destroy all the army of this realm kingdom world, and so the king the king is watching this. Is watching his knights falling, dying, and then there is only one hope. He's the only one. who could try to fight. And so that's the main point or the start of the game. You are this king who is alone, and it doesn't give up. He doesn't want to give up, so he want to try to understand and to know why it was happening like this. But to reach the other king on the other side, he has to go through six level of the game, and then he has to fight, of course, all the enemies. So that's like goblins and a hawk, and also some werewolf, spiders. But we go through a different level, even on the boat or on the jungle, on the beach, on the ground. Fight a small dragon also who is actually a prisoner. And then to reach the kingdom of the king, and then there is a small story between them. I ask what's happened, why you did like this, and I thought it would be maybe interesting to introduce sorry, Japanese, to introduce something which I feel it's in that atmosphere right now. I don't want to talk too much about politics, but that sometimes democracy is not good. It's better to have a nation with. I'm not saying I'm thinking like that, okay? But it's a little bit. Sometimes we can feel too much democracy is not good. Maybe if one could rule, and then maybe we can be more united and so on. And I injected this idea in the game, and so I don't want to spoil too much of the story, but at the end you understand why. Basically, all the goblin and hawk decided to invade the human kingdom. And when you fight the final king, the final boss, he is explaining. There is a kind of discussion between them before the fight, and then he explains everything. So for those who has the courage or has the ability, the skill to finish the game, then they will understand. Basically, yes. So you are fighting through 6 levels, and then you can use a different weapon. You have your main weapon. This main weapon you always carry with you. It's a sword. This sword is evolving at each level. You upgrade. You level up. You level up your character after each level, and your sword and your shield also level up. So it's very simple. It's very basic, but it's important because the damage you can receive in the game, the next level is of course more intense. So you need a stronger shield. So so you can pick up weapon. So you carry always your weapon, but you can carry up to two more different weapons than your man. So total is 3 weapons. It's 3 weapons that you can carry. And then this is a weapon you pick up on the ground when you kill an enemy. Sometimes it's dropping something, or if you, I don't know, you destroy some boxes or something, some element in the game, you can find some different type of weapon like a gun or a crossbow or some knives. And I had a little bit of RPG things, very a little bit. Like a little spicy sauce, is that some of the weapon can make more damage to some certain type of enemies. For example, there is some weapon who can damage plus 20%, giving more 20% to the goblins, for example. So you can decide to keep this weapon and use it only when there is a goblin in front of you, or of course you can use also if it's not goblin. But then by doing so, you can a little bit get an advantage on the game. Some of the knives also can give more damage to the undead. So if you're fighting the undead at that moment, you can pick up this knife or sword, and you can kill the undead quicker than if you don't have. It's really like you fight and also you block. So you use your shield for blocking attack, and then you progress like this through the different level. You can pick up enemies, you can throw the enemies, you can pick up some object, and you can also throw them. So it's like Iron Commando. Basically, it's an Iron Commando, but on the universe of the heroic fantasy with a little bit of a story background, like I explained it. Like I explained. No, if you have some question.
Mm, No, I do have the footage that you sent us playing for the stream, so they can kind of see what the game is like.
Yeah, I
Yes.
sent the footage. I don't know of the first two levels.
Yeah,
And,
the stream can see it. I can't. I don't have it playing
okay.
in like actual Discord window, but like the people who are watching the live
Okay.
stream can actually see it.
Yeah. So I gotta wonder, did you include any Easter eggs or shout outs to your previous brawlers?
Not really, but if you are a good observer, you will notice that the first things that the king is saying every time he's enter the level is they're gonna pay for this, and this is exactly what I put in Iron Commando when they start on the first level in Iron Commando. So they're gonna pay for this, and this is also coming, from where? This is coming from one of my favorite game made by Capcom. It was the Punisher. I was playing the Punisher on the arcade. The Punisher is also sometimes selling this code. They're gonna pay for this, or I don't know, maybe something similar, but not exactly this. But and so for me, it was a kind of homage, a small homage at my own. When I make the Kings do not fall, I said, okay. So it's shooting the game at that moment because of course the bad guy destroy all of his people and army. He wants to revenge, so somehow. But of course, he doesn't know why at the beginning of the game. Doesn't know why they are attacking. So they feel just like they are brutal people or brutal monsters, and so they're gonna pay for this. So that's the only thing is connecting. So there is nothing else in the game that's connecting to my previous game. But just this code is exactly the same, and I made it in purpose.
Right. So the game, yeah. So the game's been out for a little bit. How has it been faring in the marketplace?
How is it doing on the marketplace? Man, not so
Yeah,
good
like
actually. No, not so good actually. It's mainly my fault. Um, for example, first I released the game on Steam, and then the game got released in like I say March or April, and then I should have been in the Steam Next Fest. I don't know why. It was in December. I thought I have the time. I was already having, of course, the first level finish, that I could just make a demo. I thought I had the time to do it after Christmas, and because I was not very familiar actually with the Steam marketplace, and it's my fault. I didn't research enough. When I log, and I say, okay, I'm going to upload my demo. It was too late, so I missed the only chance to have this game be shown for free or as a demo to potential players. And after, because the game was released, had to be released in just I don't know 2 or 3 months after, 2 months after I think, February, March, April. I think it was in February, no, the next fest this year, something like this. And I really thought, for me, just I upload the build. I thought I need to upload the build and say, okay, I want to be in the next fest. And then it's so stupid. But yeah, no. So I missed the chance to get a wish list, like everybody is getting during Next Fest, Steam Next Fest. So basically, I've been releasing just very like Beyond the Shadow, something like I guess maybe not so many people knows about the game. But I decided to work on it from now, so it's better late than never. So it's also why I'm having this interview. I'm so glad. Maybe some people can know the game from now. And then so yes, yes, really like yes, that's so stupid for me. I don't know why. I thought for me it was like another market. I just need to upload and the game will be available. But there is this test. Steam is testing and then is eventually giving some comment. And it's because we released first. We released first. Exodus Arcade was released also on Steam. And it was not like that. I didn't get any, but it was maybe before they introduced such of a way to get the approval. I was confident. I didn't check anything. I said, okay, after 5 years, maybe it's still the same way. But no, it was not. And then, okay. Mea culpa. It was my fault. Well.
What about mobile? Is it doing better on mobile?
Mobile just got released 2 weeks ago. On mobile, it's a free game. So you install the game and for free, and then you play with. You see a few advertisements between each level, but not at the first level. So you can play the first level without any advertisement. That's the business model. And also you can get some continue. You can buy a continue, like the arcade. I try to mimic the arcade system. So it's a total different business system on the mobile than on the paid market. So I think right now I think maybe I have 200 or 300 download, but it's not so much. But it's the same. I have to advertise from now. It's because I'm competing with on the free free market. It's the competition is very high. But I think the game is pretty unique in this style, in this graphic style. So I think my rating. Let me check now. Can I go to Google Play? Try to do that quickly. Developer console. Yes, let me check. Let's check. HyperDevBox. What is my rating right now? So we said that yes, 200 more than 200. It said 600 device acquisition. 333 monthly device. It's not even 1 month. Now my rating is a 4.08. It's not so bad. And then yeah, the same. So now I'm actually preparing an advertisement campaign that I want to try to spread over the three platform. So I'm working on it because but now I just restart because I was on a holiday. Because in Japan it's a obon holiday. It's a summer holiday. So now I came back from my holidays and I'm basically back to my work. So hopefully I will increase. I want to see people to play the game because there is no reason they don't play on mobile because it's free. You can install. So I need to advertise because yes, it's very it's a competitive market on the free market on the Google Play. You have to be on.
Is it on both Android and iOS or just one of the platforms?
No, it's not on the iOS yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to make an iOS version. Maybe I should, but to tell the truth, I don't really like App Store. The way maybe they force people to update. So even if your game doesn't need to update, if you don't update, basically you have to update. For me, updating for just updating doesn't make any sense.
Mhm.
So I don't know. So it's a little bit of, but yeah, I mean the game, could port the game because it's based on the Unity engine. So there is no reason I should not port to the iOS, and maybe I will do. But first, I want to do the Windows Microsoft Store. It's one of the market I want to do, and I want to do Switch. So I'm contacting Nintendo already about this, so it should be okay. I want to port on the Switch. I don't know the business model exactly the Switch, but probably it's going to be. I don't know. I don't know if there is a free market. I have to research a little bit. I'm a little bit rested on all the new market like this. I have to study first.
Well, I mean, indie titles have done pretty well on the Nintendo Switch. Like, in fact, it's kind of the platform for indie devs.
So I hope I can make the. I can make. There is no doubt I can make. So I hope yes that the people playing on the Wii, on the Switch, Nintendo on the Switch, yes, can enjoy this game because I think as a portable game, yeah, it play well. I mean, because the screen on the phone it's a little bit small, but I think Switch it can be a little bit bigger. It depends of your phone, of course, and also you can connect to a screen, right? The Switch.
Yeah.
You can also play on the TV. So yeah. So
All right.
yeah, it's my intent to do those two market as soon as I can.
Well, we wish you luck in that
Oh,
endeavor.
thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Right. And I suppose my final question at this stage is, if this isn't it for you in terms of games development, do you have
Yeah.
any ideas of what you want to do next?
At that moment, not really. I have also maybe to. I mean, okay. The way I'm making games, first for me. I don't know if a lot of developers are working like this, but I always make a game that I want to play. I want to play myself. I make the game basically. The first target is me because I want to play this. I want to play this game. I would like to play a game like this. So I'm making, and eventually it can maybe meet also the desire from other players or not. I'm not especially looking about what is popular or what is not popular right now. So that's maybe why my game is a little bit like strange, like a UFO, in maybe in the in the panel of games who looks maybe differently and maybe play also differently. I don't know. So basically, it will be tied to what I want to play myself. And right now, I'm too much into Kings Do Not Fall, so I have some problem to think about what I would like to play next. But I'm interested about something adventure, maybe this time, a totally different things, more like an adventure game. But I want to think first about story, atmosphere, where, when, all those things. So it will come only to my motivation. So right now, no, yes, I don't know, but idea will come. It always came.
Hmm. Well, I suppose there's still a bit of time to contemplate that.
Mm.
So
Yes,
anyway,
yes.
I'll see if my colleagues here have any further questions for you.
Okay, okay.
I don't think I have anything offhand.
Yeah, no, I think Adam asked almost everything I was thinking of.
Right. All right, Carlo, I want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule and being with us here today to talk about not only your game, but your very storied career.
You're
It's
welcome.
been
Yeah.
it's always fascinating to listen to people who started developing in like the early 80s, and we've
Yes.
even had a few people who going back to the 70s.
Yes, 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 yes. I imagine. Yes, I mean,
Yeah.
I've been through a lot of different things, different machine and different way of making games, and new technology coming, new engine coming, and then yes, I'm very happy about. I mean, I've been about my career, if I can say like this. I'm not super famous, but I was doing what I wanted to do always, and I always enjoy doing what I was doing. So I can say I had great times. It was not always
Okay.
easy. Sometimes it was difficult, but I remember all the good moments and everything. And then yeah, it was fun. It is fun actually.
Well,
Still fun actually.
that's good to know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the yeah, way I can get it up here. The game is uh where is it? Did I close that window? I hate that.
Maybe I didn't talk about it, but maybe if there is some if you think there is some interest about the game, I can maybe prepare a few how we call it I have to check again code product code. What is the name on the
Hmm.
on the Steam?
Not sure.
I mean, are you? You can maybe give some as a promotion. You know, it's not promotion code. Promotion code is for Google Play. I think. How do they call it in Steam? I'm checking quickly.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, we've done
That
code
I can.
giveaways before.
Yeah.
What is the just searching for the exact name of this. Product
Right.
key. Product key. Okay.
Yeah.
In Sim is product key. Okay. I was searching for the name. Yes. So I can give some a few product keys. So if people wants to try the game on the Steam, if on the Google Play, it's so free. Like
Yeah.
everybody can install. In case,
Yeah.
maybe I can deliver like this. So maybe I should stay in
I
contact
mean,
with you. Mm-mm.
yeah. If you want to do that, it's been a while since we've run a code contest, but we've got a setup here.
Hmm.
Um, yeah.
Well,
But in the
it's up to you. I mean, if it's
sure.
too much trouble, if it's difficult, but it's okay.
No, no, we're set up for it.
Yeah.
Just Petty might have to reacquaint his brain with a few things because, as I
Yeah.
said, it's been a while.
Mm,
But yeah, if you want to send some promotional codes for a
mm,
giveaway, we can
mm.
do that. But
Yeah.
in the meantime, the game is Kings Do Not Fall. It is available now on Steam for $7.99
Mm,
USD.
mm.
Also available now on Android. It
Yes.
is free to start. Um,
Yes.
so
And Epic Game
be
Store also.
sure to yeah. So be sure to go and either try it on Android or purchase it on Steam today.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
no problem. And indeed, that brings us to the end of another episode of Fragments of Silicon. Apologies, there isn't enough time to do the topic of discussion this week. It will return next week, presumably. No Friday show this week either. So, in terms of the week ahead, all we got is Sunday reviews, as we have reviews for Brave Round, Exo Rally Championship, Veritum, impressions of Veritum and Belt of Iron. Finally, our first early access games of the season. And we also do have a new episode of MSP starting up in about 10 or so minutes. So until next time, I shall wish you good gaming.